welcome everyone to another episode of Live and Unfiltered. I am your host, Kia Nicole.
And I'm your co-host, Chanel Elaine.
And we are back with another guest. So I'm going to go ahead and pull her up and we can get started. Hey, Zhane. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, my gosh. It's so good seeing you. Long time no see. Long time no talk.
I know, right?
So we're going to go ahead and get started. But before we do, thank you again for agreeing to come on and be our guest. This should be fun. Relax, take a breather. This is not meant to be like an interview for real. So just pretend like we on the phone just talking.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so we're going to get into the first topic. So if you guys don't know, Zhane is a boss. So being a woman in a leadership position, have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? So this is a two-part question, but that's the first part.
Okay, so yes, to a certain extent. So when I first got into leadership as a leader or a supervisor, as I would say, it was very hard. I was the youngest on the team, and everybody looked at me like, "Oh, she the youngest. We're not gonna listen to her." It was just a lot, but then eventually they began to like accept me for who I am, and I still respected everybody in their places. And yeah, so it started off rough, but then eventually everybody clinged on to me, and yeah.
Period. Okay. Love that. And you being a woman, like, have you ever stepped into any big rooms where it might have been like male dominant? And like, how do you maintain like your self-confidence when you're in that space where it's not many women like you in a leadership role?
So I have not yet experienced that.
Really?
Yes, at Bethune-Cookman, it's all African American women in leadership, Black excellence. So I haven't yet to experience that. I think I'll be a little nervous stepping in, but I will just always go in being me. So
I love that too. You're getting enough experience now. And so it's like right now you're getting the confidence and you're not having to immediately adjust that. You're already seeing women like you in those roles. And so when you do get to that point, I feel like you already have that confidence in you, so you'll be fine. And
yeah.
it'll be I just didn't expect you to say no.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, okay, because you've been in your role for a little minute, right?
Right, I have. And I also had to go support Morehouse opening. And I was nervous at first because I was like, is all the men going to be men? Like, am I going to be surrounded by majority of men? But it actually wasn't. It is a male GM. He's African American, but his management team was women. So I enjoyed it. It was great. I was nervous at first, and I didn't know how much of an asset I was to the business until I actually branched out. I've been at the 10 years, and I never had the opportunity to set another HQ account. So this was my first account outside of Bethune visiting more, and I had a.
Okay, love that. Now I want to say you're breaking up real bad, so we gotta figure out where
I was just about to say.
I cannot continue till we figure this out.
Cut your Wi-Fi off your phone.
I look blurry?
Yes.
You look blurry.
Well, I'm looking clear on my end.
I look clear on my end.
She's looking clear on my end.
Okay, she looks clear. I'm still blurry?
Yeah. You clear on my end. Okay, you know what? Proceed. You blur on my
proceed, yes. Okay, moving on. So, Zhane, you expressed that you love to travel. So, when it comes to traveling, do you prefer to stay in an Airbnb or a hotel?
I prefer a hotel. Can y'all hear me clear?
Yes, you can. It's much better.
I prefer to stay in a hotel. Reason being is because if something happened, I'm able to just switch rooms versus the Airbnb. You have to call the owner, text the owner if they don't get back in touch with you, versus the hotel 24 hours. So it's easy to get somebody.
I feel that because we went through something similar, me and Chanel, but we're gonna get into that with the whole Airbnb. So I get your point of view on that.
I mean,
I don't know. If you're traveling internationally, I feel like it's smart to do hotel only because like language barrier could be an issue. And like you said, it's just they're gonna have someone at some point that speaks English. So or nothing too foreign and you're able to communicate. Now in the States I rather Airbnb but only because I feel like I'm getting my money's worth for what I pay. I'm not being constricted to just one room and a bathroom. I'm having a whole house. If I want to do breakfast, if I don't, I feel like I get more peace and quiet. So that's why I prefer Airbnbs. But it just depends. If you go to a city that is just, it makes more sense. I guess you could just adapt based on your surrounding. Like if you're in a city, you might want to get a hotel. If you're in well, like a less urban area, more rural, you might want to get an Airbnb. So I think it just depends on location for me. But I prefer Airbnbs. It's just more home-like.
Yeah,
I'm leaving my home.
I agree with that too. I feel like if you're going in a group or like it's like a girls trip or a family trip, an Airbnb, you're gonna get more bang for your buck. It's more space. People can have their own rooms. You're not having to bunk up in the same bed. So in those instances, Airbnb. And if you're doing longer stays, Airbnb. Hotel, I feel like it's good if it's just a shorter like 1-2 night stay and it's just like you by yourself or you and one other person. So it just depends on the occasion. It do. I definitely still do both. So I'm not gonna.
I do too. When I go to Arlington area, I'm
yeah. Okay, so the next part of the travel question: what place have you visited where the food was just phenomenal and it's like hands down the best food you've ever had? Like, what place was that?
So I actually going over to because I have been to New Orleans. New Orleans have really good food.
I heard.
Houston has good food.
I can vouch for Houston.
I can too.
And I go to Atlanta once a year. I would say I'm just so stuck on Atlanta.
Okay.
Me too.
That's what
I love Atlanta trip.
Every place that I have been to in Atlanta has been good. I never had to say a 2 out of 10 like that. 9 times out of 10, I go to Black-owned restaurants.
Same.
So I rarely go to because you don't get the mom and pops feeling here in Daytona.
Right.
So
not much. Not many options.
Yeah.
What about you, Chevelle?
You know what? Those are always my two comparisons. ATL and Houston.
It sure
always
is.
I don't know what it is. Like speaking, I guess not really southern, but southern if you look at it. Atlanta, I've never had a missed spot either. Like their food's good, but something about Houston got a little bit more kick to it for me. Me personally, it's like I get to Houston and I'm like, it could be a basic little shrimp and grits, but it's just ×2 anywhere else. I don't know what it is, but it's more like, I guess because it's more cultural, I'll say, and it's like, it's seasoned the way I like it. I like my food real seasoned, so it's like that's what he gave to me. Atlanta gives like, okay, it has seasoned foods real good, but it's just not Houston. So for me, I would prefer Houston over Atlanta, but I like both.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna say Houston. Also, too, Houston has a lot of they use a lot of Cajun style spices as well. So if you do like New Orleans food, you may like some of Houston's food too because they use, I think, similar spices.
New Orleans is on my list though.
Yeah, same. I hear the food is really good.
Gumbo.
Yeah, I definitely would say Houston though for me as far as where I've traveled to. I need to travel to more places so I can hopefully be able to say something else.
I don't count out the Caribbean either, but that's just me speaking in state.
Yeah, I haven't had too many foods when I did go because I haven't traveled to the Caribbean via plane to get the whole experience like at a resort or like trying the local foods. I've only done a cruise and like the food was okay. Like it wasn't terrible. It was good, but like I can't say it was the best if I only had that one meal. And then I just was eating on a cruise boat.
One went to Turk and Caicos. I showed ate their burger because remember they were charging one price for the burger, then there was fee taxes, then there was like everything was taxed.
Yeah.
So when you're done, your burger was like $20-$30. I said for a burger, and I don't eat burgers like that. Oh, no.
That's why I didn't eat from there.
Because
you're visiting, so they're gonna tax you.
And then speaking of Turks, I'm actually getting ready to go to Turks now.
Really?
Right.
For your birthday?
Yeah.
I know that's right. Yeah. I love that for the girls. I want to go back to Turks.
I'm going back to Turks. I don't know what's going on, but Kia, pack your bags. I
want to go back. Hint, hint.
I do too. Turks and Caicos was real fun. The vibes was everything. It was real fun.
Yeah, but we experienced it via cruise. I feel like we really just need to go like by plane to get more days on the actual island. So love that. I hope you have a great time. Please post lots of pictures and videos so I can live through
Enjoy
you.
yourself. Get all the food you can. Get all the experience.
Please.
Yeah.
The water's so beautiful.
Very,
You're gonna love the water.
very
All right,
clear.
moving on. You said you love to spend time with your family and your friends. Many young adults, we struggle with that, making time for our family and friends. So kudos to you for making that time. What do you feel like are the benefits of, spending time with your family and friends?
The benefits of it, it brings me peace. My family and my friends are my safe space. So it's like working long days work. After I leave work, I know on Wednesdays I try to make time for my immediate family. We would normally go to school Wednesdays. We take my little sister, and so that's something that I do make mandatory. But it means a lot because I know I have missed out on a lot of family events in the past. Regret it, but I get sad. So there's certain situations, like my great grandmother passed away, just like how I had missed some time, due to work. So now I definitely try to make that my main priority. So like if something go on, I make sure I take off. I don't be I gotta work or anything like that. And when it's time for me to go, I try to get up out of there because I know that's something that I can't get back when it's
Seriously.
so I try to cherish the memories and any possible as I can.
Love that answer. So I heard your answer for the most part, but you are breaking up again like that. Am I breaking up too?
No.
Because now I'm hearing myself.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Breaking up.
Okay, yeah. Do you hear her breaking up, Chanel, or is it just me?
A little bit. I am seeing what you're saying, but it's like your words are trying to catch up with your voice.
Turn off.
You know what? I'm the Instagram to get together. Like immediately. Okay? Get together. Instagram.
Immediately. All right. So my response to that question, well, not really my response, but when it comes to spending time with my family and friends, I want to say friends can turn into family. So family doesn't always have to be like blood related family, and sometimes friends make the best family for some people. So I will say, like, me and my blood family, we do need to do a better job of like spending time with each other. It is difficult because we kind of like, I'm here, they're there, some people over here, over there, whatever. But when I do get to spend time with the people that I am able to spend time with, for me, I feel like it just gives you a chance to just forget about whatever bad day you had or bad week and just live in a moment and make memories with the people that you love. So it's very important, and time is not forever. We're on borrowed time. So just making sure that we're making that time for our loved ones.
So for me, I would say making time for family and friends. That's the question, right? We done had so many pauses, making sure.
Like, what are the benefits? Yeah.
The benefits? Okay. So in anything you do, you need balance. That's always if you're a mom, if you're not a mom, always if you have friends, if you have family, if you have an animal, everything requires balance. Now, some days you're going to be good at balance and some days you're just not. Okay. And for me, today was one of those days. I said, my body just decided to just do its own thing today. I just needed a break, So we all have those moments where it's like, okay, you balance this, you balance that, but you can become overwhelmed. And sometimes you don't even know it. Someone else got to tell you, like, wait a minute, take a break, take a moment. It was kind of one of those days for me. So personally speaking, I got a puppy. And let me tell you, when I say puppy, I mean like puppy. Like, he act like a newborn. He's very much a baby. He's very much a child. So he requires a lot of attention, and he demands attention. Like, he's not getting it, he's going to find a way to get it. So it is a lot when you have to, like, train a puppy, do that. You're also a mom. And, you have other things going on, job, family, friends, spouse, all those things going on as well. And you just want to make sure you're not, like, leaving out or set back on any of your responsibilities. So for you, you just take a little bit of time and maybe do the weekends. You could do something with your child or like your pup, just kind of scheduling time for everyone, if that makes sense. Like, you don't have to put no one on a strict time schedule, like, oh, I'm going to talk to this person for 20 minutes, but just sending a text to somebody and just checking on them, that's a way of communicating. Maybe you can't meet up with your family all the time, but you can send a text and say, hey, I'm thinking about you, making sure you're good. I'm good for that. I check in with people all the time. Like, I don't need nothing from you, and you don't need nothing from me. But I'm gonna just check on you, just so you know, I care about you. I'm here. We can't talk every time. We can't link up every time. But I'm gonna just shoot you a text, make sure you're okay. You never know, that could brighten someone's day. So that for me is a way of balance as well. Like I can't, like dedicate my whole weekends to you,
Right,
because I have other
physically.
responsibilities.
Yeah.
Right. But just checking in with someone is a kind gesture. Calling someone on the phone is a kind gesture. Maybe sending someone something, or just like letting them know, like, hey, life's busy right now, but I'm just checking in. So that's how I balance stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because believe it or not, once you become a parent, that take up, like, I want to say,
It
60% of your time. Like,
do.
it
You
do.
be
And when you
so
have kids,
consumed.
right. And then when you have kids that are in school, it's like homework, tests, this. They have other activities. Like, so you're very much involved in their life, and they're your first priority, and then everything else. So it's just about, making sure you're not putting off things, or making sure you're also making time for yourself personally, where you're not overwhelmed that you can't take care of those priorities. Because if you can't figure out you can't help nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just how I do it. I just make sure I give everybody a little bit of my time, but not too much to where I'm like, I'm out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely gotta recharge that social battery. But no, you said something good, like checking in via text or phone call, and that's good when you have relatives that are like long distance,
Right.
because we easily, like, everybody goes through their own things. Everybody going through their own, their own things that they're battling silently, that they don't want to like burden their other family members. And you just will never know until you like check on a person. Sometimes you never know. Just simply saying, "Hey, I'm praying for you." You don't know what you're going through. Just praying for
Right.
you. Just checking on you, making sure you're good. That could, like, just help make their whole day feel better. So I think that was a good point that you made. Like, just even if you can't physically spend time with them, just checking in on them.
Right.
All right, let's move into the trivia. Now, it's not really too many right or wrong answers. There's only two that's like a right or wrong. Am I breaking up?
You're fine.
Okay, because I hear myself echoing.
Can y'all still hear me though?
I'm gonna mute myself so that you don't echo.
Okay, because I'm hearing myself echo. Do you hear me? Y'all hear me good?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, you
Okay.
good. All right, so there's only two that are right or wrong, and the other ones are like this or that, or what do you prefer? It's just like an opinion-based type question. All right, so obviously you mentioned you love to travel. Which is the largest Caribbean island? Jamaica, Bahamas, Cuba, or Dominican Republic?
Oh,
Which is the largest Caribbean island? You can take a guess.
okay. Yes, I'm gonna take a guess because I do not know. Say it again.
Jamaica,
Jamaica.
Bahamas.
Do not phone a friend, baby, because I can't help you. Okay.
Phone a friend. Chanel, you want to guess? What did you say? Jamaica?
Okay.
I'm gonna let her guess first, and then I'll help her if I can.
What did you say?
Me?
No,
Zhane.
me. Say it again. So Dominican,
Jamaica,
Cuba,
Bahamas. I'm gonna give y'all a hint. It's not the obvious answer.
It ain't Jamaica. I can tell you that. Jamaica
Bahamas.
is just known for a lot of stuff, but it's not big.
Yeah, it's not big.
That wasn't
Jamaica.
I do
But
that.
some people, all they know is Jamaica.
I
When they
know.
think of the
When they
Caribbean.
say
So
Caribbean,
that's what I'm saying.
all
It's
they
not
know
the
is
obvious
Jamaica because
answer.
it's so widely celebrated. But it's not that. I'm like, they small child. Next, what's the other two? Cuba.
So I think I'm going to go with
What did you say?
Cuba.
You got it. Yeah,
I did.
it's Cuba. Yeah, it's Cuba. That's what I'm like. It's not the obvious
It's
answer.
overpopulated, ain't it?
They're the biggest island and the most populous.
I'm
Yeah.
smart. Ooh, and I didn't know that. I just took a guess.
Baby,
Yeah,
I
you
was
took an
so
educated guess. That was
I'm
good. That's why I was like, let me help you out a little bit because I don't want you to say Jamaica.
No, Jamaica was already out in my head. I already knew that was in there because it sounded good. I knew that was wrong.
Yeah. Beautiful country, but not the biggest. All right. When traveling by plane, do you prefer the window seat or the aisle?
Oh,
What is your preference?
Window seat. I love the window seat.
Same. Hate the aisle. I hate people like bumping into me as they going down. Oh, I hate that with their bags. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Window. What you like?
True. I do. I like the scenery and the view. I'm just like, look at all what God has created. It's just so pretty. I'm like, I'm flying through the clouds. I'm like, don't, it's just, but on the aisle, you have to get up every time to let somebody out to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's so aggravating.
Put me by
That sounds good.
I take pictures. I take
Right.
pictures.
too. I'm videoing, taking pictures.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't have time to be reaching over. Like, excuse me, or can you
Right.
get this footage for me? That is so embarrassing. They gonna be like, girl, who are you? But no. Okay. Moving on. Do you prefer summer vacations or winter vacations?
I say summer vacation.
Summer vacations because of the weather.
Yes, because of the weather.
Mm.
Because of the weather. But I do want to experience a winter vacation. I want to go to New York. I have not been there. I want to go to Colorado.
Yes, Colorado
Yeah.
on my
So
list.
yeah. So I just have to see. So maybe I'm only saying that because I really haven't
Really
experienced like
traveled in the winter too much.
winter.
Yeah. And your birthday's, well, it's fall, not really winter. But in some places it gets really cold in October. Yeah, I'm more of a winter vacation person. Like, I've only been to New York in the winter. I've never been in the summer. And, in Florida, we don't really get all that cold. So I like to go to other colder spots and just get a little feel of the winter and then go back to my warm state. So I just, yeah. And me and the heat do not mix. Me and heat don't mix. I'm going to be in the AC. I'm going to go on vacation and be in the AC. Can do it. What about you, Chanel?
Girl, I'm over here deciding. I like both. To be honest, I like the summer because I'm outside, and I'm like, I don't like the winter because it's so restricted. But I prefer the winter because it's cooler and it's not as hot. So I'm like, well, what do I like? I prefer winter because I feel like you could dress for winter, and for summer you can't prepare for heat. Like, you could just get AC, but what could that do? You're still gonna sweat. You still got to go outside. So I'm like, I prefer something I could prepare for. So winter for me, I just prefer more cold.
Yeah.
And I can dress appropriately. But then in the summer, oh girl, even a tank top can't help you. So
Yeah, I sweat too bad for
it
the
can't
summer.
help you. So
Yeah. All right, moving on to bowling. That's just one question regarding bowling.
mm-hmm.
What is the score of a perfect game in bowling? 300, 250, or 200? A perfect score. You can take a guess.
Said 200, 250.
300,
I
250, or 200?
Ain't it 200? No, you can pass 200, ain't it?
I don't
200
know,
sounds
Zhane,
right.
you bold.
200 sounds right. But I'm gonna say
I ain't never got a perfect score before.
Oh, you never seen nobody get one either, huh?
No, the most I've seen somebody get is like, so tell me the numbers again.
Yeah, there you go. You on something. 300, yeah, it's going to connect. 300, 250, or 200. What's the highest score you've seen? And then
250 and 300 sound correct.
Hey, I'm
wait,
gonna.
let us try.
Oh my land! I am gonna have to go with 200.
200 flat.
That sounds wrong. I said 202. It sounded too good to be true.
Wait, what's the highest score you've seen someone get?
I'm gonna say 250. B.
I
Always
seen someone get over 2.
The highest I've seen somebody get is like 140. In between there, yeah, that's the highest I've seen.
Bowl in. Next.
That's just bowling for fun. It's not a real sport.
It's competition over here. I'm gonna say 300. No, 250, 300.
Lock your answer in. Which one?
I'm gonna say 250.
I was thinking 252, but since she went with 250, I'm gonna go with 200. I mean,
it's 3.
Y'all both wrong. It's 300.
I knew it.
It's 3. But you probably wouldn't know because
nobody get no 300 in bowling.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all wouldn't know unless you're around.
Who else bowl?
You gotta be around skilled bowlers probably to know that. Because if you just around your family, y'all just both for fun or your friends,
yeah,
we just be
lucky if I get a strike and sometimes a little gutter ball or two. A little
I be getting strikes. I'd be so happy. It'd be by accident. Obviously, I have no strategy.
I have gotten a turkey before.
There's that. I'm good with spares, boy. I may not get the first time, but I'm gonna get something.
I've done that too. I've done that too. What is it when you have like 3 left?
That's the spare. When you throw the first time and then go again. If you don't knock a striker when you knock them out, and spares when you knock them out, you get a second chance to do better. And then the gutters, yep.
That's sometimes I be missing it. All right, last one. When hanging with your friends or your family, do you prefer indoor activities or outdoor activities?
Oh, so when family together, we do a big game kickball. Can y'all see
Mm-hmm.
You say kickball
kickball? But I prefer inside, but the whole family prefer. It's always a big kickball,
outside.
like one of the parts
That's
they
dope.
do. Yeah, when we
That's
link.
dope. I don't see
I
too many families doing
prefer
that.
inside.
Same. I
Yeah.
need AC at all times. If you haven't picked up by now, me and outside do not mix.
Yeah.
Unless I'm going for a walk. What about you, Chanel?
Listen,
You trying
I don't know. I'm
to
thinking about,
decide?
yeah, cause Top Golf is like inside and outside. You know what I'm saying? You outside for a little bit, but you
Top
also inside for Top Golf.
golf? What Top Golf got to do with anything?
I'm just saying. I don't know. My mind went directly to that. Something like first. But I don't know. I like indoor activities with a little outdoor. Like we could be inside the house, but then we go outside for like a little game or something to hang out. I'm okay with both. As long as like there's no sun in this afternoon, I'm good.
Okay. All right, ladies. Well, that concludes tonight's Alive. Thank you so much, Zhane.
Yeah.
Would you like to end this off with final words, where people can find you at, just anything you like to say?
Oh, thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course.
My first interview. I don't have much, but besides, you guys can find me on Instagram at QueenNay1017. I'm on Facebook by my first and last name, Zhane McLeod. I look forward to what God has in store for me, and I keep growing. And 5 years from now, I look forward to seeing you guys podcast blow y'all
Oh,
everywhere.
thank
I know that's right.
you.
Speak like
Oh, right. You about one of the first
I
people,
gotta
or the
say
only people
something.
that actually speak life into
Yeah.
our podcast as a
Oh,
final word.
Let
dude.
me tell you something. I saw that 1017 chain, and I said, Kia, she with Gucci Mane? What's
I'm
that?
like, huh? Gucci Mane. I think that's her birthday.
No,
Yeah,
Gucci
my
Mane, his
birthday.
brand. That's that 1017.
My birthday is the national holiday. I turn up for my birthday
Oh,
every
she
year.
Oh,
takes her
that's
birthday
right.
so
I
serious. I know,
I
girl.
take
It's
it
a
real
holiday. It's
serious.
a holiday on my Facebook page. I already know because I'm like, oh yeah, she
Yeah.
gonna let it be known it's her birthday really the whole month. Uh-huh.
I turn
Love that
all
for you.
month of October. I am a Libra at its best. But I wish you guys blessings, like I said, and I look forward to you guys.
Thank
Podcast
you so
growing.
much.
And next time y'all will probably be able to invite me on and I get to physically see you guys.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Thank you for speaking life into our podcast.
We
Oh,
Don't make me
appreciate
cry.
that. Thank you.
you're
Yes.
welcome.
Well, thank you for coming on because you didn't have to give your time, but you did. So we appreciate you. And this was such great conversation, minus the technical difficulties. We pushed through and we executed a great live. Make sure that you are following all of us. Anyone that's tuned in, just hit the drop down arrow and you'll see all of our names. Follow our podcast page, Live and Unfiltered. Head over to our YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. And you can catch us here every Tuesday. Next week we'll be on Chanel's Live. And yeah, the full live will be up on YouTube later this week. Anything else I'm missing? Nope.
Nope. That's it. Thank you again for coming.
All right. Well, have a
Well,
good
thank you.
night, ladies.